Here are three reasons why people react strongly when you don't yet have an accurate idea of who you are. Number one, a lack of identity causes people to project onto you who you are or who they think that you are. Now, of course, we cannot control how other people perceive us. The thing that we can control is how we feel about ourselves once we've done a little bit of self work and self reflection. What does it mean and why is it a problem that other people might project their opinions of who we are onto us? The reason is because if we don't yet have a solid identity, then we are susceptible to actually believing the stories that other people tell about us. We're able to craft that identity and that narrative based on whatever we want it to be. You get to be who you choose. The positive thing about having a sense of self is that it helps you stabilize your reactions. It helps to strengthen your relationships. Now, there are a couple of different ways that we can develop a sense of self. I'm not saying that it's just limited to these two. For example, if you grow up in an environment where you have healthy boundaries and healthy patterns established to you early on, you are going to probably inherit those characteristics. What about those of us who didn't have those dynamics to us modeled to us when we were growing up? We actually have the opportunity to grow and strengthen and create our own version of stability, our own version of a sense of self, and our own relationships that are safe, that are nurturing, and that allow us to truly be our full selves. The benefit is that when you make a commitment to deciding and committing to who you're going to be, it doesn't matter if a positive image was provided to you or not. Of course, we do have to heal. We have to move through that. Once we're ready to actually do something about that lack of a sense of self, we have the opportunity to create that for ourselves. In doing so, we will find that our reactions to things will be more stable because you know whether how you react because you know who you are. Also, our relationships will be more stable because we feel comfortable, we feel safe. We're not reacting out of previous traumas or previous hurts or previous things that have happened to us in the past. Let's move on to the third and final benefit of having a strong identity. We're going to relate this one back to brand building because we were talking a lot about personal development. On my channel over here, it is personal development and brand development. You are the person that is running your brand. Number three is that positive identity shifts reduce emotional labor and client confusion. What does this mean? When we are unclear emotionally, when we are in a fog, when we're mentally in a space where we don't feel like we have control, it's very, very heavy. It takes a toll on us. This is kind of relating back to number two when it comes to understanding yourself and how you choose to react to things. For example, if you're someone that if you feel a sense if you're someone that when you feel a sense of rejection, your number one reaction that you've done your entire life is to self sabotage, is to chase after the person, or maybe it's to just shut down. Maybe you're making a conscious choice to say, I can feel the rejection. I don't necessarily like it. I'm kind of sitting with that uncomfortable feeling. I'm choosing not to crash out this time. I'm choosing not to um, engage in behaviors that ultimately have a lasting impression that on my life, on your life, that is longer than the actual situation itself. It continues to reinforce you being a person that you don't want to be. How does having a consistent identity help to reduce client confusion? This one is very simple. When you know who you are, you know who your brand is. When you know who your brand is, your clients know who your brand is. You always want to be focusing on yourself and personal development first. That will bleed out into everything in your life, including your brand. I hope this was helpful. Until next time, bye.